Hey, we're at Stevens High School visiting with their head wrestling coach, Travis King. Another season underway. Travis, you guys are always doing good, and probably a lot of it has to do with coaching. And who are your assistants this year?
I have the same three assistants since I took over in 2015. So that is currently right now we have Coach Rotella, Nick Rotella. He's been with the program. This is on his ninth season with the Raiders. So he was with us a year prior to my taking over. We've also have Sean Smith, who's been with us, I think, since about 2005. And he heads kind of our sub-varsity and all of our kids on the backside a lot. And then I also have Coach Benny, Cody Benny. He is going on year 6, I believe, this season, and he's a former true Raider all the way since prior to kindergarten, graduated college back as a teacher, and he was a heavyweight state finalist, and he really leads our big men in this room. We're pretty excited for those. And then this year we added a real huge piece to our puzzle, and we got Coach Arrow Amo. Arrow was a 6-time place winner for the Cobblers. He's a couple-time All-American for the University of Augustana University out of Sioux Falls. He's currently the Stevens student nurse, so we have him on staff. This is our first year, and we're super excited for a young guy like that has the pedigree that he has. I mean, he could be the future for a long time in this program. So we're blessed to have. I have a bunch of volunteer assistant coaches that go through the courses, and they also provide. We try to make sure we have some form of a coach in every chair for every athlete as best we can on any given weekend.
And Coach, the season's already underway. You're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're through week 2 of our schedule. I've kind of created this schedule. It's probably one of the tougher schedules in the Class A ranks since we don't perform in a conference, so to say. We have some flexibility, and where we're located demographically gives us a challenge. But, with our schedule, we start in Mandan. That's a tournament there. We had lots of kids place and wrestled a lot of matches. So this year, I think when we were up there, we finished 4th as a team. And, this team's really kind of a neat team because if you look at most seasons, if you counted the number of varsity matches your 14 athletes have, it's probably pushing 1,000 matches in their experience, any given team, just when guys get 2- and 3-year starters. This year's team, Dwight's really interesting because, some of these kids, these are their first 10 varsity matches, and you can't really grow in our sport till you get out there. So I'm super excited. Yeah, Sturgis off to a great start, and they've won the tournament in Mandan. They were 2nd, I believe, to Pierre this last weekend in the Rapid Invite. We were 4th in Mandan and 7th in the Rapid Invite. And, we placed some kids, just missed on a few more. And but we're led kind of by a senior class and then a bunch of kids that are brand new into the starting varsity. Our 106-pounder, we have a freshman, Shea, and he's been challenged by his teammate, Shea Richter. He's placed in both weekend events. At 113, Braden Collins, he got a couple fill-in varsities last year. He's a junior. He's a starter, so he would only have, 20 or 25 of those type varsity matches. So he's placed in both weekends and won matches already this season that maybe on the books he wouldn't. Then we got returning state finalist Corbin Zent. With this new weight certifications, we all are kind of scrambling on what's best for our athletes and our team. There's not much flexibility anymore, so you really got to be dialed in. And he was one of those kids that falls in the middle. He probably on any other given year, he would be a 13 and a 15-pounder after Christmas. And this year with his body composition, his weight didn't allow him to do that, so he'll have a year where he'll be able to eat and be healthy and work on wrestling. So we're super excited. And then we come right back to another 10th grader, Jacob Williams, and he's off to a tear this season. He placed in Mandan. He was placer again this weekend, the Rapid Invite, and he's beat returning state placers already. And once again, he's in his infancy state. He doesn't even have 20 real varsity matches yet. So And then we go to a same situation at 132. We had Aiden last weekend. He's a sophomore, first varsity matches. This weekend it was by Joe Junger. He placed at the Rapid Invade his first week out, battling some illness and injury. And once again, Joe hasn't been on the varsity squad yet either. So he placed and won some matches. We beat a returning state place winner, upsets along the way. And that same with our 38-pounder, Braden Voorhees. He battled. He placed first weekend, just missed this weekend, but really he's turning the corner. At 145, we have a new starter, Talon. Once again, he's a junior, and he's filled in a couple times. So I can go on. We don't really come to our seniors till 160. At 152, we have Dylan Warnke and maybe some others that will be in and out of that spot. But he's only wrestled a few varsity matches. And then we have our staples. You kind of got Corderdoni. He's returning state champ. He was placer in both weekends. He happened to be in the toughest bracket this weekend. He finished 5th. That wasn't quite where he likes to be, and he was a defending state champ, and the kid from Mitchell was a defending state champ, and he finished 3rd, and the nationally ranked kid out of Bismarck won the tournament, and he beat the state champ from Sheridan. So there was quite a lot of great wrestling that he went through. So I know he'll be ready when the time counts. And then we got Graydon Bakke this year. He placed. He's a senior. He came over from Central this year, and he just missed on Friday night, but he also placed, and we're looking for great things from him. He's got a ton of experience. There's my 200. Those two guys are the kids that got the 200-plus matches combined. Them are my leaders. And then we come back at 182, and it's another 10th grader that he placed in both weekends. He's beaten people, so I think along the line. And then we got a senior at 195 right now, Tanner. He's a returning state place winner. He would be a 3-year starter going on his 3rd season, and he'll have 100 of those matches. So the normal 1,000-type match season, my kids are sitting in the couple hundred. So I'm going to have to get this team better faster, in order to be able to compete at the level that we're up against this season. There's some great teams out there, Dwight. I mean, Brandon Valley's returning champs, and everybody's kind of buckled down to give a chance to try to get to that. So we're excited about that. So, but Pierre's got a good team. Sturgis got a great team. Brandon Valley, Watertown has a great team. Harrisburg, they're right there with us. So, where it sits right now, we're going to fight our way back to the top, and it's just going to take time.
Coach, how about the girls on your team?
The girls wrestling this season for the Raiders, we're super excited. We got 20 girls on the roster. We have 3 returning wrestlers that have any real wrestling experience, and I've been challenging these young ladies. I went and recruited them personally, and to make a program because I knew it was the right thing to do. And I got one of the bigger squads, and first week we came out, we weren't ranked in the first one, and the second one we were 9th, and we finished 4th this weekend, and we ended up we're all the way up according to their rankings to the 5th spot. So we're going to teach these girls. They're on their 3rd week. Most of it's all new, so we have a wrestling area across from here that I'm splitting my time with and giving them the opportunity to perform and to learn the sport. And it's, to me, Dwight, it's like having a kid that learns to drop the training wheels. I mean, they're super excited and eager and anxious about getting their experiences and how they can get better faster. So I'm looking forward. I told the girls it was an outside shot. We would like to fill a full team, all 10 weight classes, and we can do that right now, on year 1. So it's a 7th through 12th grade. We returned 2 state placers on that team from the season ago, but we also have a girl that started last January, and she's off to a tear, and she's climbing the rankings and placing in all the tournaments and winning matches they wouldn't expected her to. So I got to give my hats off to these young ladies because they are really, going above and beyond and doing all the things that we ask of them. That's the same as the boys. The accountability and the commitment in my room or in my program, Dwight, is we train to be champions, so we're not going to be letting up the gas anytime soon on either squad, the girls or the boys.
Yeah, the expectations are high. at Stevens High School. The last 5 years or so, you've been either state champions or runners-up.
Yeah, you know, Dwight, we found a recipe that was working, and you know, we're excited to continue to provide to that. You know, this year's a challenge on us, and I challenged our coaches. Like I said, I got hundreds of years of experience in those coaches, and you know, that's a huge part because we have a lot of teaching and learning, and you know, to get these guys, because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. Do I feel like we could still put out a championship quality team? Yes. You know, I'm not going to change that. We train every day to be state champs, regardless of who our competitor is. You know, we're going to train to try to get to February landing in the best spot. You know, and I have a feeling we'll have an opportunity if these kids mature and develop as they are. I feel that they're going to be right in that thick of things. We'll be on the undercard side, but you know, being on the undercard isn't always a bad deal either. You know, the pressure's less, and you know, everything's going to be new. It'll be their first, you know, time to get their name on the wall or their pictures.
Well, Coach, it was great to visit you about Stevens Raider Wrestling, and good luck this season.
Thanks, guys. You know, thanks, Dwight. We're excited every time you come in here. We get lots of views, and I love to share this for you and for our program. You know, we don't get the opportunities like basketball and football to all get under the lights and pack the house in our home. So it's always nice to get an opportunity when you guys come around and give us those opportunities to get us on the social media and the public.